We spoke to the stars of Apple TV Plus's Dark Matter, Joel Edgerton and Alicia Braga. Check it out. Joel, Alicia, my first question is for the both of you. I'm curious as to how important it is for you to understand the stuff that you're talking about when you do something like this. Did the cast have to go through like some crash course on quantum physics, or is it just quantum?
Blah, 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 blah.
It's like,
Blah, blah, blah,
like
blah.
zoning out when people talk about quantum physics.
It's a good question.
Right?
It's important to understand a little bit, but the question is, how far does one's understanding go? Some people's brains are built to understand these incredibly complex ideas.
Not actors.
And concepts. Yeah, I'm not one of them. But I do my best. But there was one day where I did a scene.
I was going to ask you to please tell about the scene.
There is one scene.
Oh my God.
Where Jimmy and we're both stuck in the facility and we're trying to puzzle together how what he created plus what I created theoretically is of interest on a quantum physics level and what it may pertain to in terms of how it could be used, right? I can't even explain my explanation of it. Anyway, he and I together trying to appear to be these high-end, big-brained physicists. It was just hilarious. But I kept thinking, I do understand what I'm saying. I do understand it. Yeah.
Both of you did, yeah.
But constantly then going to Blake, who would watch a take and just going, I personally didn't believe it. So that we need to do it again.
No, it was fantastic because I wasn't on the scene, but I'm a huge fan of both of them. And I went because I remember the scene and I wanted to see them shooting the scene. So I went and I was sitting watching and I could see them trying like with all the physics, the quantum physics, the explanation and doing it together. And I could see both of them really knowing the character, really knowing the themes, really knowing the facts, but really struggling.
Just not being able to pronounce the words.
Pronouncing the words. It was so challenging, but it was beautiful. I mean, like that's the most beautiful thing about becoming being an actor.
Yeah. Yeah.
I figure this is what it must feel like to be on Star Trek all the time, right? Just spouting scientific gibberish and making it sound super convincing.
Yeah, on certain Christopher Nolan movies where they're talking about stuff and I'm like,
right.
What are you talking about?
But all the quantum superposition stuff aside, I mean, the big existential question, of course, is about choices and roads not taken and decisions and all of that stuff. And I was just very curious about the both of you. Does making something like this still affect you as individuals? Does it make you think about your own past, or are you allowed to leave work at work?
Oh, definitely. I think about these things all the time, not even in regards to work. I literally, the other day, I'm working in another part of America and I went across the street and a lady ran a red light. And even though I know I'm always looking for that possibility, right? That someone might run a red light or not stop in time. It immediately conjures up these thoughts of like, all right, if I was 10 feet ahead and I was on my phone, I could have been dead or in hospital or, so you start to fracture all the possibilities that could have spilled out from that one single moment. I think we're fascinated by our own fate,
what ifs,
our own trajectory in the what if world. Yeah.
Yeah, could have, would have, right?
I'm all out of time, guys, but thank you so much for this. It's an absolute pleasure. I really enjoyed Dark Matter. Before I go, very quickly, Joel, you did something very, very cool this year. You got to voice a character on Bluey. Yeah. I'm obsessed with it. I'm assuming as an Australian, that's like being on The Simpsons, right?
Mate, it was like it's better than being given like an Order of Australia or an OBE, and I'm on Bluey now. I've checked that box. I have 3-year-old twins, so now I'm a legend,
You're good.
Oh, amazing. Amazing. Thanks again, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Something happened to me, but you wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Dark Matter is now streaming on Apple TV Plus. Check it out. Let us know what you think. Sound off in the comments. And thank you so much for watching.